Welcome back, folks and friends. Connecting Dots here, aka Silver Gold Man. Quick little update for Tuesday, November 17th. Dana Durnford. Oh boy, oh boy. So he made a video last night, and as you can see the date down below, and essentially he's begging for donations again because he doesn't want to take the ferry to come down and face court. But it gets better than that. He actually lies about the whole incident. Let's listen up here to a short portion of that video.
We have storm force winds for the next couple of days. So I'm probably going to have to take my Zodiac. I'm probably going to have to take that Zodiac because the ferries won't be able to run in this weather. So I can get a couple of 100 miles down the coastline so I don't get arrested for telling the truth.
Yeah, so that's what he's telling them, so he doesn't get arrested for telling the truth. So essentially, I think I've mentioned this before. Dana lives here on Vancouver Island. Sorry, in British Columbia. Okay, and Powell River specifically. So there's a ferry here that runs back and forth, and he has to come to court here in Victoria. This is where I happen to live here. That's why I've been able to make these videos on Fukushima. And Dana hits it big time, folks. Yeah. So before I get into why he's not going to make it by boat, I just want to share with you this article that's actually given their readers the real reason why Dana was arrested. Yeah, he's made it into the newspapers in Japan. Can you believe it? I'm like, okay. Anyways, oh, that's my food. Okay, no, not the Geiger counter. So essentially, here we're getting. Well, I'm not going to read the entire story, but you already know what's going on. You know, they're very upfront. They're saying, they're heading to Canadian court over death threats. That's right, Dana, death threats. Death threats. Not because you're telling the truth. Anyways, it goes on to say, this activist, is they're referring to Dana Durnford, and they mention his name down below. He alleges there's a global cover-up over the extent of the pollution from Fukushima #1 disaster, and he's due in court in Victoria, Canada here on Wednesday, November 18th, over threats he allegedly made. We all saw the videos. I've posted them over at connectingdots1.com. I mean, it's pretty evident. So the two names, as I mentioned, one of them was Ken Buesler of Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution in Massachusetts, and Jay Cullen from the University of Victoria in British Columbia. Is there a cover-up? Absolutely. If you watch my videos, just last night, I posted this one on Fukushima Connecting Dots 2 versus UVic Jay Cullen testing and disinformation gang. If you want to know the truth about the testing and how I feel about Fukushima, there's a painful 28-minute video there that you can watch, and it'll basically wrap it up how I feel about this whole incident and why Ken Buesler and Jay Cullen are absolutely lying to people. Okay? And proper testing. Anyways, what's important is that I'm not going to read the entire thing. You can hit the space bar if you want and read all of this, but Dana disagrees with Buesler and Cullen regarding the samples. You may have heard here they've taken water samples, okay, and I've said this before that the ocean will dilute, okay, the radiation. However, the fish, the marine life, they bioaccumulate. So I've been telling Durnford and company, I said, if you want to get anywhere on the world of YouTube, present some facts, go get some samples. And unfortunately, that was he says they are the liar. Okay, he's referring to the scientists. That's Dana's own words here. It's actually Dana who lied because he swore to everyone that he was going to take radioactive samples and prove to everyone that all the marine life was full of radiation. Not a single sample was taken, and he spent over 260 days begging for donations. Okay, so in this latest one, and by the way, here, heroic anti-Fukushima nuclear activist Dana Durnford arrested and his God-given free speech taken. He has been forced to remove data and censor his work. Yeah, the work that he's had to censor is, him calling for death threats. Now, what's interesting is this is something Jeff Palco even said before, he took his life, and Jeff is the one who bought this boat that we're going to get into during this video. Jeff had mentioned, asked to his in his video. He specifically said, "Hey Dana, where's the before and after pictures of the same area?" And that's what Dana cannot provide. Normally, when you do before and after pictures, you have the same person, the same object, the same scenery. This is He can't provide any of that. And that's why, if you watch my video, I made a video on this. I showed the folks that he's actually lying. Okay, it's nice and green over here, but you just look across the shoreline, and it's what? Well, that death area that he's talking about. And unfortunately, that's the way it is around the ocean here. Now, what's interesting is this is promoted by Rense.com, Jeff Rense. Well, folks, I ran into Jeff Rense back in 2009 during that whole swine flu hysteria. Do you remember that? And Jeff Rense had Dr. Neiman, who ran the flu tracker forum. That website is still up there. Okay, swine flu tracker forum, and where Dr. Neiman scared the bejesus out of everyone, and he ended up banning me because I showed evidence, peer-reviewed research, and that means a lot in the world of doctors when you provide peer-reviewed research that the vaccines were causing neurological brain damage. But back then, Jeff Rense promoted Dr. Neiman every single day on his channel, on his YouTube videos, and on his show. And in 2014, we had what? Do you remember the old Ebola? And guess what? Dr. Neiman is back at the same fear-mongering bullshit. Same thing. Ebola ready to roll over the U.S. Oh, give me a break. Okay, so back to Dana here and his trip, folks. So he has to leave here from Powell River. Normally there's a ferry. That's what that dotted line brings you over to Comox. You hop on a bus and you're downtown Victoria. I think it takes roughly about 4.5 hours. He has to come to court here. The safest way to get here is to take that ferry, sit in the comfort of the ferry boat, land over here, jump on a Voyageur bus, and make it downtown. He wants a what? Go down the southern interior coast and he's nuts. Absolutely nuts. I mean nuts. Okay, this is from the Vancouver Sun here, so I'm not lying about this. So this is fresh. Okay, I've zoomed up the page so you can see some of the latest stories that are popping out right here on my coastline. I mean, I live right here. I mean, this is when I heard him say this last night. I mean, you're nuts. So this is this is fresh here. Strong winds knock out power in Metro Vancouver and southern BC. And that's just along the shoreline. The waves out there, they're much worse here. Okay, here's another story here. Wicked storm slam BC coast and southern interior with high winds, rain, storm, November 11th. Okay, yeah, I know it's a little old, but here's a fresh one here. This is right off here where I live. Victoria Dive Club members rescued after boat capsizes. That's right. And here's the boat part, okay? As you can see, this is just from yesterday. Today it's worse. It's much worse, as you saw just in those past pictures just a second ago here from, okay? That's today. So, this is on Vancouver Island. There's Dana's boat, right? No, it's not Dana's boat. And by the way, Dana, anyways, I'll leave links here. This is, I said, fresh stuff. I can't show all this video. I'm running out of time. I can only make 10-minute videos, but the links are down below if anybody wants to watch this stuff. This is kicking up. So originally, when Jeff Palco took a loan out of his home for $16,500, he bought Dana this boat. Okay, that's what Dana originally started off with. However, he's done a whole lot of changes, and those changes will affect the boat. Okay, big time. Out in the winds with this high raised roof. Oh, this is not the same boat. And he knows nothing about boating. He couldn't even change the propeller. Remember, he lost the washers in the ocean changing, and here he had holes in the damn thing, and he lost a cooler in the ocean that day. These pictures are all provided by him, by the way. I'm not taking them online from anywhere else. So I don't know what to say, but somebody made this poster wanted. I don't know. He's absolutely nuts, and we don't need to call the RCMP. They've already been called in, and it looks like Dana may be doing some time. Yeah, remember he told everyone he couldn't walk? Yeah, then we found out he was walking the entire trip. What a liar. Anyways, Dana, you better take the bus, Gus, okay?